Beerzerka! Alright. So, got some beer. Which one are we gonna drink? I think I'm gonna drink St. Ambroise Oak Aged Pale Ale. I'm thinking like that might be good. So, got the build your own 6-pack. Got a few other beers out of there. I think I'm gonna do this one. So, let's pour the beer, you know what I'm saying? Alright. So 6% alcohol by volume. Nice light reddish caramely brown color there. Have a light beige head. It wasn't looking so great at the start, but it's starting to dense up good. Smelling pretty nice. Not too bad. Yeah. Nice flavor to it. A little bit bready. Getting a lot of booze out of it for 6%. Yeah. Pale malt, crystal malt, toasted wheat, chocolate malt, unfiltered strong pale ale, hopped with Nugget, Cascade, Hallertau, Tower, and Goldings. The beer is aged on oak to give the beer greater complexity. Our new St. Ambroise Oak Aged Pale Ale is more reason to celebrate. Ingredients: filtered water, malted barley, crystal malt, toasted wheat, and hops. It almost tastes as if it was oaked with something boozy, but got some Pilsner hoppage in there. Hallertau, Nugget, and Cascade, and Golding. Well, it's quite strong, flavor-wise, with these malts here. Coming off a bit boozy at 6%. So, yeah, I actually really like this beer. I've had a couple beers from these guys that I didn't like so much. Well, one was an apricot beer, so, you know, I just don't think I could stomach apricot beer in general, but they also make a really great stout. Really badass stout, actually. I believe that's the oatmeal stout from these guys. I actually remember that being pretty good. It's really interesting. I would recommend picking this beer up for sure. It's I don't know, almost feeling like acidic. A lot of the caramel malts in there, and it's coming off boozy, and with the oak, I'm impressed. You would think this was a barrel-aged beer almost, even though I think it's just straight in the oak, I believe. Didn't say anything about being in a bourbon cask or using bourbon staves or anything, but it almost tastes that way. A little bit tangy, a little bit of fruitiness to it in the finish too. I'm getting a little bit of almost like a bit of stone fruit in there with those hops, with the Cascade in that. You're picking out. They're very subtle. You're not like getting hit with a whole bunch of Cascade or anything, but I think that there's not a whole ton of hoppage in there, but they're working very well together. Pilsner hop alongside Cascade and Nugget. Breadiness to it. Kind of forgetting about the wheat, but there is wheat in here as well, so it is a wheat beer. Really, really happy with this. It's not really completely floored me, but it's a very complex beer. A lot of aroma. Yeah, almost like the Cascade's bringing a little bit of citrus in the back, but it's tasting different. Like you probably wouldn't pick that out as Cascade because it's blended with all these other flavors, and it's a little bit lower than what you'd be used to with let's say an IPA that's hopped with Cascade. But it is definitely bringing some citrus and some fruity toast to the back of this beer. Well, damn. I say it's definitely worth picking up. Totally worth getting a 6-pack of this, I think. If anything, for me, it's a little bit too bready. And the wheat in there, it's a wheat beer, so it is coming off like a wheat beer, so if you absolutely hate wheat beers or something, you might not want to get it. But I say it's for a wheat beer, it is definitely one of the more powerful, acidic, bolder wheat beers. Yeah, a very interesting complex beer if you're after something like that. Getting some caramel malt flavors out of it. Yeah, the wheat's affecting the way the beer's behaving immensely. Um, the hops are really unusual in it. There's fruity aspects, there's darker caramel, and then you got the oak really kind of, I don't know, making it a little bit stronger flavored. Definitely picking up that. Yeah, and even picking out a little bit of the alcohol at 6%. A little bit of, yeah, like I said, peachy stone fruit. This is really weird. I would say definitely pick it up. I'd say 8 3/4 out of 11. No problem. Might even be a bit of a 9. That's about 8 3/4. Yeah! That's one hell of an interesting beer. Glad I picked it up and whatever.